These testimonials are for educational and informational purposes only, and it is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding your medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something learned in this presentation. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results, listen, individual results may vary. So what you're going to hear is a bunch of people who their results, that's what we're talking about, what their results were, and that these are individual results. And so everybody is different, just so you guys know. You've had different experiences. We're all built different. We have different amounts of good fat and bad fat. Some people have lots of medical issues. Some have none. Some are in perfect health. Some are in poor health. It's all different. Everybody's different, okay? So understand that coming into it. And so as we dive into some of these testimonials, you're going to hear some things that are pretty darn powerful. And
the first one I want to bring on is Josh Radke. Josh, you're a personal trainer, and you know, you've been helping people get healthy for a long time. And
right.
You know, I want you to, you know, talk about your background, but what is it that you see that is impacting your life here in a specific way? You know, because you've been around this space for a long time. And then, you know, if you want to touch on, after you talk about that, what's, you know, do you think there's a real appeal in the market for this?
Yeah, no. So thanks for having me on, Byron and TK. I'm Josh. I am from Kansas City. I've been a personal trainer for almost 10 years now. And just this product itself in the fitness space, not a lot of people, you know, are truly wanting to like help their clients, you know, take a better version of their health. And, you know, everybody, like TK said, is different. I personally myself didn't have much weight to lose, but I started at about 3 weeks ago with this. And I started at 220 pounds, and within 3 weeks, I went down to about 208. So that's pretty crazy. And I work out religiously just because, you know, I mean, you got to look fit to be fit to train these people. And the real thing is that I really enjoyed about this was I've always struggled with kind of like, you know, my tummy, I'll be honest, like my stomach. And the other day when I went to go, you know, try on a pair of pants that I had to go to church, actually, I actually started at a size 32, and I just checked this Sunday. I'm now to a size 28-inch waist, and I've never been a 28-inch waist since high school, and that's way back when. So, yeah.
So Josh, when people come to you as a trainer, they really don't care about the weight. What they care about is the inches going away. And so how do you feel like this product is impacting you, because it's starting to change your focus from the scale to the inches?
Yeah, no, honestly, it's something that's going to really disrupt the health space because, you know, I never seen anything like this before, and I'm a firm believer in, you know, taking certain supplements to help, you know, accelerate your health in a professional and healthy way. And this is something that they can snap in, you know, like they're with any beverage that they have. And I'll be honest, a lot of my clients are, well, full disclaimer, a little bit overweight. And, you know, just like they tried it within a week. And I've had a couple of my clients within, gosh, you know, like within a week or so, they've already dropped, you know, not dropped, but like lost like a pant size or two within, you know, within the course of taking this. So it's something truly that's going to really just overall benefit their health factor. It was just that part alone right there.
It's nice. It's an honor to be on the call because this has just been a total blessing. My name is Carolyn Clark. I live in Henderson, Nevada. I moved to Las Vegas 57 years ago, right out of high school. Came to Las Vegas to go to beauty school. Today is day 26 of doing 2 Phix a day. I did something, well, I shot a picture of the scales, but then I cut these different colored ribbons. Can you see these? No?
yeah, we can see it.
Yes. Well, I cut the different colored ribbons for underneath my breast, my waist, my butt, my thighs, and I just wanted to be true to myself, and that's what I did. So I'm happy to say that today is day 26, and the yellow ribbon around the waist is 2 inches smaller. The blue on the thighs is 2 inches smaller, but the scales are only 5 pounds. But one of my doctors that's below me said that, Carolyn, you're retaining water. You're not drinking enough water. And that's probably something I'm really going to start working better on now, because I think that makes a difference. And, you know, I never got involved with this company for the compensation part of it. But the reason I'm grateful that this came into my life when it did is I've been going through a season of grief after losing my husband in 54 years. And it's been good for me to get my eyes back off myself and back onto other people and caring about them more. And then back having fun once again, sharing about something that's healthy and it's good, that's come into my life, and to just see if others would have an interest in wanting to try it or know more. So
That's
I've
awesome.
enrolled 24 people, and it's very gratifying because daily I get to hear these praise reports of what Phix is doing for them. And, you know, it's allowed me to just have fun again, Terry. And we're not allowed to give any income claims, but just recently I purchased a newer Lexus, and I was able to, my thank you checks, I should say, gave me enough to pay for my car payment and my car insurance, my stupid high power bill, and a little money left over. So thank you,
Nice.
Phix.
All right, let's bring up Brian Holmes next.
Yeah, Brian Holmes from Dallas, Fort Worth area, been a pastor for 27 years and a lot of business consulting, and just been involved in a lot of projects over the years and a lot of different people, business oriented things. And on the health side of things, for me, I can tell you that at 57 years old, I've chronically dealt with weight off and on my whole adult life. And I've done a number of crazy things over the years to try to get healthier. And then it tends to always come back on in spades, so to speak. You know, and I've had some success in the last couple of years, actually, you know, in getting some of that weight off at 35, 40 pounds or so. But what I found was there's just these trouble areas. And then the bigger thing for me, Byron, has been, and again, I know we're not making any claims. I can only tell you what's happening to my body. There's a couple of key things. Number one, I am down significantly, not only in pounds, but in inches. The demo that you're referring to is that I happen to be wearing a pair of shorts that I've been wearing pretty much since the spring of this year, and they're a size 40 waist. And I'm not joking. I didn't throw a belt on when I ran out the door to come into my office to do this call, and I had to hold my pants up. Because if I stand still, buttoned up, zipped up, if I stand still, these shorts drop to the ground. You don't want to see this, okay? I promise you don't. But the point is that, I mean, these were like snug on me back in March, April, when springtime first came around here in Dallas. And so now I'm going to have to go dig some other shorts out of the drawer. The fun thing is that I feel better. But here's some bigger things, man. I'm just telling you what's happening with me. I'm 57 years old. I'm going to the bathroom a lot more at this age. I get up sometimes 6, 7 times in a night. And since I've been on this product for the last 4 weeks, I'm averaging once a night. There's been many nights when I haven't gotten up at all. 1 or 2 nights that I've gotten up twice. But for me, that's a monster win because my rest is better. My sleep patterns are better. I'm getting up feeling much more energetic. And with the fat that's coming off, I'm noticing a lot less pain in my knees and in my ankles and stuff. So it's just a win overall. And I agree with Carolyn. Man, when you got something that benefits somebody and you can show them how to win with something, and it's so simple, it's just kind of a no-brainer. But I could not be more thrilled with my own personal results, and super proud to share this with everybody that I know.
That's awesome, Brian. Well, thank you for sharing. And I know that you also got a lot of other people that are actually joining in with you. Do you have any comments that are tied to the reception in the marketplace? Yeah,
man. I've been sharing this with everybody, of course, and everybody that started the product is seeing all kinds of results. And I'm getting reports back in text just about every day of all kinds of interesting testimonials of a lot of things. I've got a wonderful doctor on my team who lives out in the South kind of area of the States here. And he is prescribing this now to his patients, to his clients, to people that he works with day in and day out. They're seeing phenomenal results. So the point is, again, If you can find a need and fill it and really address something in an effective way, you've got a winning proposition when it comes to a business model. We have a phenomenal business model here, great people, incredible people, best support systems in the world. And when you've got all those components converged together in one place, it's just like, if you make an effort to plug in and to learn and to do this, I just feel confident you'll win.
Hey, TK, how you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Gotcha, brother.
All right, fantastic. Hey, guys, Randy Rowland from San Jose, California. My background's engineering, and currently a ministry director at my church here in the Bay Area. Absolutely love it. I was introduced, I'm 51 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that, but was introduced to the idea of Phix about 2 months ago. And I admit I was skeptical when someone told me that I could burn fat while not changing my diet, not changing my workout. And by the way, you could still drink beer if you want. So I think you should be a little bit skeptical, but I was luckily fortunate that I could listen to some of the doctors who were involved in some of the research. And what I heard was there was no negative side effects. And then I saw the price. I assumed based on what it did that it was going to be very expensive, but it was really, really affordable. So I tried it. We started taking the product on July 2nd. So I think we're on day 27 right now. Within about 16, 17 days, I was down 5 pounds. But more importantly, the scale doesn't matter to me that much, but I was down 2 inches off my waist. So what that means, Brian had mentioned that earlier. I had several pairs of pants and shorts that I could wear without a belt, and it was no issue. They weren't going to fall down, and that is not the case anymore. And that's just not a style that I'm into, so I got to make some adjustments, up another notch in the belt, and now I got to wear a belt all the time, but that's another issue. We'll get some more wardrobe stuff going on, but yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Really excited about the results.
And I have my good friend, Dr. Ben, on here, who has experience using the product, but also he understands all this stuff. And Ben, we're hearing a lot of different stories that, you can make sense of. So I'd love to hear your reaction of what you're hearing and, what your medical background tells you. So give people a little idea of, where you come from, what your background is.
Awesome. Thank you, Byron. Well, first of all, Dr. Ben Bowers, Wichita, Kansas, functional medicine physician for over 38 years. I've been involved in this healthcare field. And one of the things that we as physicians, as doctors, we try to do is we want to try to impact people's lives. And to me, that's a critical thing that we do. I've been exposed to a lot of gimmicks, pills, drinks, you name it, in all these years of being in practice. And one of the things that I do within my practice itself is bariatric analysis, which is studying overweight, obesity, and all these different things and how we can help people actually get through that. So when I was first given the opportunity to look at this, it's one of the things I wasn't, but as a good friend of mine, I go, I've known this guy almost all my life. I'm going to do him a solid and I'm going to look at it. So I did. And to be honest with you, I was shocked by what I was seeing because I thought, wait a minute, it's not possible. You can't have this kind of stuff. So I did my due diligence. I did a deep dive on the research on the essence of the flour and the extract, the excipients that are pulled out of there, and on the adiphyte that we have within the Phix. And so I decided, okay, first and foremost, I'm going to do it. Second of all, I'm going to call up some of my doctor friends, and we're going to do this together. And so got 4, 5, 6 different doctors that are all doing this. And the interesting thing that I want to kind of let everybody be aware of is that when you look at the human body, we talked about there's 3 categories of body, and those simple terms are endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. And those break down into 96 different body types. So far tonight, you've heard a lot of people have a lot of different reactions, right? My own personal testimony, I've been on a little less than 3 weeks. I've lost 6 pounds and over 12 inches of girth or of measurements. Now, I do a lot of measurements in my clinic, my office, when my patients or clients, and we do that because there's a lot of reasons to watch and monitor these bodies. Keep in mind, most of the people that come into our clinic, they already have some health issue, whether it's an autoimmune condition, whether it's some type of inflammatory issue, whether it's an organ failure, whether it's a dysfunction within the body somewhere. They're coming to us because something's not right. And so we're seeing, I'm going to say, some of the worst of the worst cases. And so there's about 20 different things that we monitor and that we kind of watch on our clients or our patients as we go through this. And some of the biggest things we're seeing is the majority of people are losing girth or inches. Now, when we have them do measurements, we do a full body measurement, meaning from the head to the neck to the chest to the arms, the forearms, the belly, above the belly button, below the belly button, the hips, the thighs, the kneecaps, the legs, and the ankles, right? And so when we look at all these things, the reason we watch them is we can tell you what is dysfunctional or what part of the body is trying to correct a dysfunction, and therefore we'll start seeing some changes in it. And we hear all these things like, I'm having more energy, I'm having more stamina, I'm having less brain fog, I'm having more clarity of thought, I'm having better sleep, deeper sleep, I'm urinating more, I'm urinating less, I'm defecating more, I'm having less often defecation, but more volume. My hair is getting thicker and stronger, my skin is glowing, my menstrual cycles have changed, my menopause cycles have changed, my premenopause cycles have changed. As a couple of them are brought up, is the dopamine that goes up. And when you think about all the different things that people do to lose weight, and depending upon who you're going to watch or what research numbers you're going to watch, at least 50 to 60% of the people in America are well over being overweight. And we think it's as high as into the 70s, but over 50% are obese. Guess what? There's a lot of people out there that don't come up to our clinics. And if we can make an impact on their lives and help them, wow, isn't that a great thing to do? Now, think about what everybody does who's trying to lose weight. I mean, we think about specialty diets, erratic diets, dysfunctional diets, pills, drinks, intermittent fasting has been brought up, working out, buying all types of equipment, watching the scales, doing the cold plunges, doing the cold showers. And every bit of those work on some bodies, right? But they don't work for all bodies. And what's interesting is when we look at the white adipose tissue, and we talk about that in three categorical areas. Number one, we talk about what happens to the VAT, the visceral adipose tissue, think between your chest and your thighs. And then we talk about the white adipose tissue, which is generally around the hips, the buttocks, and the thighs. And people usually call that some type of a cellulite. And then we talk about the muscle adipose tissue, which is the adipose tissue in your muscles. By watching all these measurements on the people that we have taken this Phix, we're seeing all these different dynamics change. Then we get into the hormone dysregulation. And yes, men have hormone dysregulation. They have issues as well as females. But we're watching all these dynamics change. People are saying, Doc, I'm the happiest I've been in weeks, months, or years. I don't have all my issues or my problems I've been having. I'm seeing less inflammatory issues. I'm seeing less autoimmune conditions, less bloating. And the list goes on and on, guys. Here's the thing that I have found, right? That as we are watching people go through this, and as it's been said, this has only been about 3 weeks since I've been involved with this, and I'm watching the dynamics of some people losing inches, but gaining weight. And what we have to understand about that is there's an inflammatory issue that's going on in the body, and the body is going to retain water to use it as a medium to break down and get rid of those toxics or those chemical toxins that are coming out of the fat cells. That is a healthy state. That's not unhealthy. So if people are just watching that one piece of equipment called a scale, some are going to become discouraged. If they will do their measurements and actually watch their attitude, their emotions, their energy, their strength, their stamina, they're going to start seeing some changes, even though the scales may not change. And those are just some of the biggest things that I'm seeing. Now, if you do work out, guess what? The improvement's even better. If you do some intermittent fasting, the improvement's even better. When we look at the brown adipose tissue and we get into what are called the beta receptors and we watch what turns this on, folks, I'm telling you, I've done a lot of research in my life, written a lot of stuff, done a lot of product supplementations. I've done a lot of product development, and I've not ever found anything like this. And here's the other thing that I think is critical for us to understand. Most of the research that has been done on the white adipose tissue that's been done with the hops, flour, and the excipients or the extracts out of that has been proven of 12 to 16 weeks, it never loses its ability. And when we're talking about people that need to lose, just think about this, pounds that they've got to get all this off. The longer we're on this, the better the body is going to respond, the more dynamic impact it will have on that body and its life and the brain that's controlling it. And when I look at that, that part has got me so excited to think that by being involved with this company and using this Phix and prescribing it to people all around everywhere I can, that I'm going to watch lives dynamically change, which means we're going to see relationships change, attitudes change, the dynamic ability to extend the quality of life even though we don't have control over the quantity, the time of life, the quantity of life. So Brian, I'm telling you, the more that I've dug into this and look at all this, oh, by the way, there's a new research that just came out just 2 days ago that they're looking at how they can take white fat and try to turn it into brown fat. I think that's going to be an uphill battle. And this product turns on the brown fat to command the white fat to be burnt to actually help heal the body. And there's just nothing out there that's been around. And we've got it. We're the only ones that got it. So I'm real impressed with what this can do for all of our people.
Doc, thank you for your insight. And TK, that'll blow you away right there, Doc. It's like, you're such a blessing because you spent your entire career understanding this kind of stuff. And then when a tool comes out like this that can revolutionize people's lives, and in addition to that, they can share it with other people. And if they want to turn it into a business, they can. It's like, wow, this is a big deal.
Byron, how many people have prayed for this? Over how many decades?
Like crazy.
And this has been around since 53, but now it's in a form that we can utilize it.
That's right.
And I talk about God giving an answer to so many people's prayers.
Bill and Robin Maywest, so happy to have you guys on tonight. Share with these guys your quick, Robin, maybe your background and what you've been doing with naturopath for the 40 years, and then what happened with Bill's situation with his pants falling off in the public square and stuff.
Wait, you just said what happened.
I'm blushing.
Terry, don't age me. It's not. I've been naturopath for 38 years, so almost 40 years, because that's going to put me
sorry.
Right over the hill.
Kind of feels like 100 though, Terry.
Anyway, we saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I've been using hops as a herb for the whole of my practice life. Basically, I've been using it for mainly sleeping problems, nervous system problems, menopausal women, and it's gone into many people's mixtures. So I've basically made up a mixture for the person, off they go. And I've never really advocated a particular brand of product. So hops has been available. So when I heard that this was this particular extract was in a little pack and you squeeze it in your drink, I just thought, oh, that's a joke. Like that can't be true. And what they're saying it does. Look, I know all about the other things, but definitely I haven't ever used it for fat loss. But I had to literally do a 180 within a couple of days. I started doing research, listened to a couple of testimonials. If I'd heard Dr. Ben at that point, I would have been sold in a couple of minutes. So it would have saved me a lot of my own research, because just to hear the results and things he's having are just phenomenal and very exciting for everyone who's going to be using the product. But Terry sent us over a few samples after 6 days. I've never seen this in my diet clinic, because I have Breakthrough Diet Clinic, and I put patients on diets and restrictive diets, and according to whatever they need. But usually I'm cutting them down on things, and I'm definitely cutting them down on alcohol. Even though hops is in beer, it's not something I normally would advocate. So Bill and I both started taking 2 a day, and Bill, I haven't struggled so much with my weight, but Bill was an athlete. He has a more sedentary lifestyle now, and just very recently it was hospitalized with a spinal operation, which ended up keeping him in hospital for 8 weeks. And he lost a lot of muscle. He had to lose a bit of weight for the operation, but when he came out, he literally had a big repository around his tummy.
Settle down.
And honestly, within 6 days, I've never seen anything work this quickly. Bill's pants actually fell down in the supermarket as he's holding the trolley, still tottering along after his operation, not totally healed yet. But I had to come behind him and pull his pants up. and on this after 6 days. So nothing I've ever given him has worked that fast. Nothing's worked on me that fast. I was amazed that I was able to fit into a pair of pants that I bought at the end of last winter, and now I can fit into them. So we're just absolutely thrilled for ourselves, for the people that we're going to impact their lives. We feel that it was an absolute it's a total godsend, and something we've been praying for, just for people, something that we could run with and be absolutely confident in. So yeah, we're total advocates.